of The New Norm with Selena Hill on Black Enterprise. Today, I have the privilege to speak with fashion designer, supermodel, and entrepreneur, Kimora Lee Simmons, who recently announced the launch of Baby Phat Beauty with her daughters, 20-year-old Ming Lee and 18-year-old Aoki Lee. Thank you so much, Kimora, for being here with us today.
Hi, thank you. Can you hear the dog in the background?
We can. Oh, yes, we can. But it's all good. We're all working from home.
The new norm. Thank you for having me. Thank you for waiting for me. I don't know if they're going to see all that because I got on and I'm a mom. You did not say that. I'm a mom first of 5 kids, but it feels like a lot more than that. Actually, probably like 7. No, then I have a few more down the street. Yeah, I got about 10, 12 kids, but
oh wow.
So I am a mom and it's a little hectic. So I got on like, you leaving me?
I didn't know you were talking to me too. And I was just like, where am I going? No, we have all the time in the world. But speaking of you being a mom and working from home, how are you coping as a mom, entrepreneur, and everything else under COVID and self-isolation?
Well, it's been a little crazy. I have 5 kids in the house. Like I said, I have a lot more in the community, but I have 5 kids in the house. And so we've been doing school online, different time zones, like Ming takes a class in London. My little ones from 5 years old on the way up are on the computer and doing papers. So it's tough. And it's so crazy because I have people and friends and moms that I talk to all the time. And they're like, we want to know what Kimora's doing. How is she handling this? So we don't, but people have pods and all kinds of stuff. And it's just a crazy time, but we're managing. You shift things to online. You shift your communication, kind of how you keep in touch with your family and business people. And I think everything, but I will say everything is changing, but I will say that I do enjoy having all my kids at home because I would not normally have, like, Ming is 20, so I wouldn't normally have her at home, for example, with Wolfie. So at least I do get that.
Oh, which one of your babies is having the hardest time adjusting to this new norm, would you say?
I think that I'm really proud of them and they're all doing a really good job. Maybe Aoki has the most complaints because she's at Harvard and taking a full load. And so even labs and certain things of aspects of computer science, and they're very difficult to do only online. And kids need, not just mine, but a lot of my friends, that tell me about their kids, and a lot of moms I talk to around the world. Different kids need different supports, whether that's like tactical, like hands-on, talking, lessons, seminars. They don't all just click on and learn so well. So I do think in general, it's a challenge, but she's taking a full load, and it's some of it, the technicalities of it are a little harder online. And, I'm putting that nicely. She comes in and she screams, "Mom, the Wi-Fi is down." I know she's say, "That's okay, honey, just forget it." But I don't ever say that. She just keeps going. And it just started, right? School just started within the past month. Different schools all came up. So it's been a lesson. It's been a journey. Wi-Fi, signals. I mean, I talk to community leaders where kids don't even have computers. So we've been trying to, make sure that they have access, internet connections, Wi-Fi. It's tough for everybody, I think.
Oh, it absolutely is tough. It's definitely been a huge adjustment. Zoom calls, and we're so reliant on technology, and we know technology doesn't always work. But, speaking of that, you've been doing a lot of work regardless. We know that you guys just recently announced the launch of Baby Phat Beauty. So let's talk about Baby Phat Beauty. What is it that you guys are selling and putting out on the market?
So we relaunched Baby Phat recently, and our latest rollout is Baby Phat Beauty. Now I know some people, so we deal with Gen Z, but we also deal with Gen Me. You're probably a little younger than that, but you still remember it too. So different people, different people at different stages remember different things. So we've had forays into beauty. Like I've had color kits, I've had lip glosses. Baby Phat had, I think, 7 successful, really big fragrances, the Goddess and the Golden Goddess and all of that. So we're back with we're relaunching beauty, and we're back with our offering, which is, that's why I wanted to hold up. And then Ming brought me her bottles, girl, that she actually used, but okay. So it comes in a little pink pouch, a glittery pink pouch. There's a cat on it, and inside is a plumping gloss, a shimmery spray that smells yummy, like what I have here, and a moisturizer, a body lotion, moisturizing body lotion. So it's a little kit, and I thought it was good to put out right now because oh wait, Aoki?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm on an interview. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
And I just was talking so fondly of you, and you are on camera.
I can see that.
Okay, and this is Black Enterprise. Say hello.
Hi.
Hi.
And I'm so sorry to do this to you, but I tried to move 100 ways this dry cleaning, and it's still in my shop. Can you just drop it on the floor or do whatever you want with it? I'm so sorry. Thank you. So this one is Aoki's, I think, or is this one yours?
Oh, I thought you were saying this one is Aoki, and I was like, hi.
This one is Aoki's. It's a cereal.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna, okay.
So it's a little fruity.
And that describes her personality, right?
It has a little bit of apple and berry and amber. Yeah, so this is hers, and this is how we do at home.
I love it. So Aoki, would you say, like, how did you put yourself in this product? Like, how did you do that?
This is really unstaged.
First of all, she can edit all around this. She's only going to edit your perfectness, first of all. But
There you go. If you could just come down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Come down a little bit. Tell the people just quickly, because this is my Harvard debater. She's going to go forever.
God, I love it.
What her involvement was in the process, or how the process was for you.
So, like, my involvement in Baby Phat is great because my mom is always encouraging me to, like, be myself, and, like, she's never trying to change me or, like, make me do things that I'm not prone to doing already. So she was like, if you wore more perfume, like, what would you use? And I'm like, light things. I love fruit. I love to kind of smell like I walked out of a fruit garden. I don't know.
You like oils, natural oils.
And useful things, yeah, for sure. And I love essential oils for, like, headaches, for brain stimulation, for sleep. So I was able to bring in, like, all the natural scents that I love for different parts of my life and not create some sort of, like, heavy elderly perfume. So this is great for all my young people who don't want to be heavy and elderly.
Wow!
Not that her perfume is heavy or elderly. I'm just saying I went very 17-year-old with it. Very.
Aoki is 18, and she acts like she's 20.
I was 17 when I did.
It's not heavy or elderly. I can't believe she said that.
I know what I meant.
It's sexy, all three of them. Okay. And hers is called ethereal. And it is fruity and light, and it does reflect her. And they're all light sprays, though. They're not fragrances. They're scented, shimmering sprays.
Because there is a difference.
We all love shimmer, even the old.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Amazing. Thank you so much, Aoki. I don't want to hold you up too much.
Thank you.
But, like, I do want to just talk about, like, the evolution of this brand, like Baby Phat, right? You know, you've partnered with your daughters now, but when this brand first launched in 1999, it like literally took urban streetwear to the next level. Like,
I center myself to the camera. I'm a mess.
You're not heavy and elderly. I love you, Mom.
Thank you. I love you. The elderly.
Of course. No, not at all. Let's talk about that. You know, as I told you off camera, I was a huge Baby Phat fanatic. Okay, yes. Like we had the cat was so sexy, and like my friends and I, we would buy the same outfits, the velour suits, everything. And
wow, how about the velour right now? Did you see?
Do you? Oh, I love it.
Velour.
It looks so
my
soft.
jacket is somewhere on the floor. I have on my pink tee. So yes, I'm with you on that. I've been right there all along the way.
So how has it evolved and changed over the past 20 years?
I think that now is a good time for people to have a conversation about inclusivity, diversity, body positivity and body image. And so I think that it's very important for people to know that we have represented that and stood for that and fought for that for 20 something years. Because I think it's important when you hear brands say this, that you just look a little bit into their history and you'll see what they were doing a week ago or a year ago or 5 years ago or however long ago. So that's something that I feel is ever evolving, is that we're in this climate. Also, you have the landscape of, for example, right now that's more immediate, COVID. So we're at home, we're quarantining. I think that the way that business is done these days in terms of online, a lot of social interaction, social media, different platforms, I think that that is a little bit more of the evolution. So it's online, it's .com, it's those kind of sales, it's all of your social platforms. I don't know, things change. Like I always tell people, people say, you don't put enough pictures up of yourself. And I'm like, I know, I don't post all that. And my friends are like, I know, it's a pain in the ass. And these are people who have millions and millions and millions of followers, you know, and they're like, it's a pain. So yeah, you have to do that. Like, it's a pain. Like I have these conversations with other entrepreneurs, women of color, young women. You know, we check off a lot of boxes. And I think that some of the challenges and some of the newness and everything that we experience kind of is universal for all of us. It just so happens that we've kind of been there, done that. So we started this 20 something years ago. So for us, it's more of a continuation on those topics, right? But so it's, in that sense, it's like business as usual, pushing that needle, pushing that agenda, pushing it forward for our people, for our team, for people who look like me and all those, you know, bad kids in the other room. I think that's important. So a lot has changed, but not everything has changed. What, you know, the messaging is there, the brand is there, the legacy is there.
And what is the message behind Baby Phat? Like you said, you're rocking the Baby Phat tee. It's the same sexy kitty that we saw 20 years ago.
And also, well, you just said, like, I loved it. I was a diehard fan. So when I look at you, you're not necessarily the same girl, but you are a fly girl, sexy girl, beautiful girl. So this is what I think. This is more of a movement. Baby Phat represents, a movement. It's about empowerment, embracing yourself, self-love. Again, these things that are coming to be, that are popular right now, we were doing when they were not popular. I have girls, supermodels, that I have launched their career. When they came to see me in my studio, I was the last casting and they were in tears. And I have said, you know, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And they say, because my agency said I was so fat and my boobs are too big. And I was like thinking, your boobs are too big. You have a beautiful body, you're a beautiful girl. And I've launched many a career like that, putting them on my runway or putting them in my ads or doing things like that. So it's a constant journey, but I think that's what we represent. It's girl power. We're the original girl power, right? We came at a time when there weren't a lot of brands, urban, which we don't necessarily like that word, but urban streetwear brands, however you interpret that. And I say we don't like that only because we don't want to be in the department stores on a floor called urban and everybody else is someplace else. So in that sense, when it comes to fashion, I don't particularly like that word.
Right. You don't want to be boxed in or stigmatized.
Right. But we do represent a movement of women, young women, all ages. And I think it's about what is sexy to you. We represent, a sex appeal, a modernity. I think it's just a certain, sorry about that. How we do things. So it's a movement of feminism, female empowerment, getting the job done. We represent a lot more. And then you have staples like lip gloss or our little kitty tea or our sexy velours, because we are talking about retro. We are talking about what goes around comes around, so to speak. We are talking about heritage brands. So I started this out when I was Ming's age and Yoki's age. And now here we are, full circle, if you would. And now they're the same age that I was. So this was 20 years ago, right? 18 and 20 they are. And so then they kind of take the baton and run the race as well. So that includes all of Gen Z, if you would, right? So that brings it current. And so whether it's me or the family or from TV or Ming or Aoki or you know us somehow. So I think we have all the bases covered for coming into 2020. We want to leave 2020, but let's say 2021.
Right. No, and I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. How is Gen Z responding? I'm a millennial. I'm a mid to older millennial. I'm not the youngest of the bunch. So for me, Baby Phat is very nostalgic and it brings back great memories. How is Gen Z adapting to the brand or reacting to it?
Well, I think that's like Ming and Aoki's
Yeah.
group that they speak to. And so Gen Z, they're 18 and 20. So I think that they look at it as a legacy brand, retro, if you would. So everything in terms of sneakers, denim, hoodies, sweats, a lot of brands, a lot of logos, a lot of companies are having kind of a rebirthing, if you would, where it's kind of getting back to the classics that they started with. Certainly for me, that's what it's about. And so I think that the Gen Z knows that, because when they're shopping, they're looking for that. They're looking for those fits. They want that heritage brand. They want that legacy. They want that, retro fashion, if you would, because that's what's cool. So this little baby tee, this has been around. I think I was one of the first people with this little baby tee, and it has a little ruching on the side.
Ooh.
I can't say like I'm the first person that did ruching, but this little baby tee and this little ruching, girls know this. Like, this is me. And I started off and put this in the hands of all my little model friends when we didn't have nothing. We didn't have a whole full line, and and they wore it in the videos. You remember, I got nothing but love for you, honey. Remember that? I don't know now if I sang it, they're gonna say something, but if you call them, I bet you they'll hear it if you have to. But you remember that video? Yep. And the girls on their baby fat tees. I mean, we've been there. Rest in peace, Heavy D, because I love him. But we've been around. So this represents something. And I think that the young ladies know that, and the mamas know that. And it's come full circle. But it's important to say that we are true to our roots and our heritage and where we started. It just so happens that kind of right now, what we stand for, what we look like, how we do business, now that's popular. But we've been doing it all along, and when it wasn't popular. And we'll
absolutely
keep on doing it, all along. Like, I've had brands. This is what I do. I'm a businesswoman. I'm a fashion girl. I'm a designer. I've had many brands. I've had KLS. I've had Baby Phat 10 times. I have, life just keeps going on. That's what I do in some aspect or another. I've had beauty. I've had fancy, many thousands of dollar dresses. I've had super cute $30 jeans. And everything in between. So I think it's a lifestyle and it's a movement, and I really do feel like collectively as a community, now is our time.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So Kimora, when and why did you decide to buy back Baby Phat? And then you relaunched it last year in 2019. Like you said, if you could just walk us through that process, because you started it in 1999. I believe it was sold in 2004, and then you bought it back.
Yeah, so I think roughly that timeline is right.
Okay.
Look, my little hair. I think roughly that timeline is right. So yeah, when I exited the brand, we sold the brand. I stayed on as an officer of the company. Some years after that, my contract was done and we went our separate ways. Fast forward to some years, then I met new people that had bought the brand, and we were in deals to acquire it back from them. So I met new owners and talk to them about, kind of relaunching. So all the time, it never really went away. It's just had moments where it was a little bit more active and a little bit less. And I think that for sure, which has been a debate of all time, it's Baby Phat Cat by Kimora Lee Simmons. It's Baby Phat, like, so you only see this as the logo, but the words is Baby Cat Phat by Kimora Lee Simmons. So that, I think, is inseparable from my family and my life. Again, it's a lifestyle brand. It's aspirational. It's the American dream. This is how we started 20 something years ago. It just so happens that these concepts are popular right now, while we're really in the fight for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We don't have that. But right now is a new time, but we're doing the same work. And so fast forward, I kind of readopted my baby. And so now we're in a relaunch. And it just happened to be, which we rolled out a year ago, like you said. So it's been a few years in the works. And it just so happened to be a time when fashion, has been doing these things. So it actually
okay. So it took some time for you to get it back and get everything together to do the rollout. Okay, so we understand that part. But what is it that said, I want to buy back, like you said, my baby?
Sometimes, and this is a conversation that a lot of people have, because when you build up brands, you hopefully for them to be successful, and then you have some kind of exit strategy. You want to sell them, they grow, they develop. So I never would have thought at the time that it would have grown to be that, but it did. And then we sold it and it's been so big. And I think it's just always been the kind of situation where I think it's better off with us because we put so much behind it in terms of our personality and our family. Like a lot of brands, if you think of now, certainly brands that are only on the internet or mostly on social media, there's no person there behind the scenes, right? Behind the thing. There's no person on the hang tag, and you don't see that person like how me and you are talking right now. And I'm like, oh, I'm coming in, my hair's a mess. You don't see that person. It's a no-name person because it's blah, 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 blah line, right? This is my family, like, you know that, and people know that, and they've grown up with me and they've helped me and I've helped them, and we really are like a family, like a community. So I really feel like I missed it, and it's something that we shouldn't be.
Right. You wanted to bring it home.
We shouldn't be apart, right?
We want to bring it back home. Okay, so we understand how you relaunched Baby Phat. Now you got Baby Phat Beauty, which you were talking about, but you actually formulated a partnership with the beauty and wellness incubator Hatch Beauty Brands to launch Baby Phat Beauty. How did that partnership come about?
Well, I think when we were looking for a home I think whenever you have a partnership, it's always about pairing up and being able to do more or being able to do better, or, how do you reach your audience? How do you get that message out there? So it was important for me to have a partner that believed in us and believed in the brand, as much as we do. That was very important, and that has a vision. I am very clear about my audience, and I'm very clear about the women that I want to reach, and I'm very clear about how I reach them. I'm very clear about a lot of things. People know that about me. And so it's important for me to have a partner that holds those values important, as well. So that's making you feel good, making you look good, giving you a little bit of self-esteem. But really, again, it's about uplifting my girls and my boys, but it's about uplifting my kids. And I'm talking about our family, our network, our community, our consumer, right? Everything that we do is kind of like a dance. It's kind of like a communication for us. So it's very important for me to have partners that support that and push that as much as I do. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
When we look at the current market when it comes to beauty brands, especially those who are either owned by Black women or women of color or targeting women of color, it seems like there's so much, right?
Right.
We have Rihanna just launched Fenty Skin. Kylie Jenner, her brand was very successful when it came to beauty. The list goes on and on. When it comes to Baby Phat Beauty, did you feel encouraged to launch at this time, or did you feel like maybe a little bit intimidated because the market seems saturated with all of these beauty brands?
Okay, that's a great question. So I feel a little bit of both. So like I said in the beginning, we're 20 something plus something years, right? 20 plus something years in the game. So in that sense, it makes me proud when I see other brands that are doing similar to what we've done or what I have done in the past. But really, everything that goes around comes around. So I'm not saying I'm the only one to ever do it, but I'm 20 something years. So that means to top what we've done, you got to have to go back. If you do fashion in 20 years, you got to go back 40 or 50 years to see whoever did this before. One that comes to mind for me, for example, in terms of like her fragrances and how her diamonds and her jewelry and how everything was supposed to be so fabulous for all the girls, is Elizabeth Taylor. You got to go back like that. So I feel like I'm like that. That's one of my idols. Also would be, if you're talking about color cosmetics or something like that in the game, it would be Iman. It would be Naomi Sims. It would be, we got to go back, right? So I'm proud when I see people doing that right now in this space. I think it's very important. I do not think that the industry is as saturated as it should be, to use your word. I don't think it's as much as it could be, because I think there's a differentiation between brands of color that are created by women or people of color and for women and people or men of color. That is a little bit of difference. So I don't think we're saturated in that respect. And when you're talking about, like you mentioned, for example, Rihanna,
Yeah.
I have 96 shades of foundation. No way. She got every shade, not every,
She
but a
did.
lot through the rainbow. Like, you go, girl. We need that. I don't have that right now. So no, I think that it's for me, it's like new and exciting, but also it could be intimidating coming into this space as well.
So, Kimora, you have been in this game, as you said, for 20 plus years. In fact, you're a pioneer in this beauty space. What are some of the business lessons that you've learned throughout the years that you're applying now that you relaunched the brand?
I think it's all more of the things that we've been talking about. I have learned very early on from even being behind the scenes at Chanel with Karl Lagerfeld. Like, I've learned from the greats in this business, and I bring it with me every step of the way. And hopefully I teach, I mentor people. Hopefully I teach other young people how to do the same. So it's more of what we're talking about. You infuse yourself in that brand. You find a space or a need, or you have a belief that you could do something better or make it better. I think it's to bring a bit of your authentic message to the situation. Be true to yourself, be true to your products that you're making. Like, for me, it's an everyday battle with your partners about what you want to make and how you want to make it and what it speaks to. Even in beauty, when we were rolling out, like, it could be simple, like gloss, it could be nail polish or something, and you're like, my girl doesn't like that, or that color is not going to be okay, or that shimmer powder that you're making is going to look ashy on my girl. It don't matter what shade she is, it's not the right tone. You know what I mean? Like, you have to stay true to that. So I have these discussions all the time about business, how to grow your business, where to grow your business, the timing, the products that you're offering. I think it's always going to be that same question for entrepreneurs. And I think the answer is to stay true to yourself, learn from important people that have come before you. It's a little bit of trial and error. Get lots of help, get lots of information, and really just try to make a space for yourself. And don't blow all your money doing it. You can blow a little bit, but don't blow all of it, because it's not necessary in this day of social media and the way that we market and PR. Everything has changed. So there's really no need for you to spend a ton in terms of marketing or PR on yourself or your product or your platform. It's not necessary. I know a lot of people do it, but it's not necessary. That's to say that if you don't have a lot of money, that does not mean that you're a failure. You don't need that. I know people buy lots of things, but
so are you saying
like
that
followers and pages and viewers
right.
and PR, and they buy all these things, and then you think, oh, that's why they're so good. But you can do that without all that. I'm here to show you that, and a lot of other brands can show you that. So I think it's just important to stay true to yourself, while you're in that, as you're entering into that space.
So you are a fashion mogul as well. You've built this beauty business empire and brand for 20 years. I want to ask what is next for you, because it seems like you've led such an illustrious career and life, and you're still on the grind. You're still working. What is it? How do you envision your future? What's next?
Well, we've been very busy with this relaunch. So there's lots, we rolled out in Lady Foot Locker. We did a collab with Forever 21. I mean, we've been busy, sort of with our rollout, if you would. And now we have beauty. So I think is to keep building that, because it's been a great response. Also, I think that's because of the time. I think that's because of the time and the price point and becoming online. I think it's a lot of things that kind of make a perfect storm. But so I lost my train of thought, but I don't have enough leading up to that train of thought, up to where I lost it.
It's all good. The train is moving. And, besides that,
I forget everything from second to second. I think that's like my ADD. It's really bad. And usually I have like notes written all over, and I try to remember what I'm saying, but I'm slowly going crazy because I juggle a lot. But that's good. A lot of irons in the fire. I have a lot of kids. They have irons in the fire. I'm managing, like I'm the CEO of my ship. And this messy hub, and I see that you have a beautiful background, and I'm going to get up on that later, but this messy hub is what we call the mothership. This is my central. Oh, and that's my baby Quest.
Oh, look at him sleeping.
This is our hub. So yeah, life goes on. We work. We do, whatever we
do.
have.
And to manage it. And congratulations on your latest child. You addition to your family, adopted son. Congratulations. Is it, I mean, because we see them, we're just like, how is Kimora doing all of this? Beautiful family, and now this added addition. How do you manage that?
Well, it's been busy, and I always tell people, like, now that Ming and Aoki are going to school, I never have empty nests, and I have a little one, so I'll never have empty nests for like another 15 years or so. And so it just seems like the more the merrier when it comes to, you know, love. And I have a big heart, and we have a big house, and also it was a private adoption, so it was through family and friends. And so it was just thank God, it was an easy transition. I know lots of people don't have that when they're adopting or bringing kids in, but this has been, you know, he's so cool and so much fun. And it's just been it's been a wild ride, but we have a lot of fun. So yeah, we have 5 kids at home. Plus,
and ever growing. Thank you so much, Kimora, for your time. I definitely look forward to trying out the new Baby Phat Beauty brand, and everything else you guys
Thank you. And let me know what you think offline. Let me know what you think, or online, but you know. So I'm excited, and I hope everybody loves it. And yeah, I think that's can I just say one more thing?
Absolutely.
Mine. See, it's like a shimmer, and it's divine. It comes in like a pink pouch. See, we've been spraying this, so use mine.
Divine. We got it.
Opulence is Ming's, and ethereal is Aoki. These are the other 2, but mine is cute. And so we're online. We see you guys, we're on what? We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Snap, Yoki's on TikTok. So we're out there. I hope I want you guys to try it and tell me what you think. Don't troll me though, just tell me what you think. And thanks for talking to me. I love you guys. I'm fans of your work, and thanks.
Yes, no, thank you. You were fabulous. Thank you so much.
You too. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care.